Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hush Hallows, a monster of. Oh God, I didn't have myself muted. Oop. Welcome to Hush Hallows, a monster of the week story here on Dice Priori. We are back for episode 23. I am Matthew Foreman. Tonight I will be playing Oak Williams, a spellslinger. He uses he/him pronouns, and so do I. Just a couple quick channel announcements. We have concluded our Heart RPG, and we've concluded our first stint of Tales from Gishari. Tales from Gishari will be back probably not this upcoming Wednesday, but next Wednesday, and we'll actually be playing the Heart RPG in that as well. Isn't that a coincidence? So be on the lookout for that as we continue exploring different systems. And then for the Monday night crew, we will be back on the 30th. We've just confirmed everything. The 30th at 9:30 p.m. Central, playing City of Mists for about 4 weeks. So be sure to tune in for that. And Casanova will be joining us because he's done with his contract. So those are the channel announcements. Of course, if you're enjoying tonight's show, make sure you're following. Subscribe if you can. Bits are great too. Thank you to me for subscribing. And thank you, Happy Casper, for subscribing tonight already. Thank you. Tomorrow's Maria's birthday. Happy birthday, Maria. With that, let's kick it over to Maria.
Hello, it's me, the almost birthday person.
You're muted now.
Muted. Sorry, I had it on push to talk and thought I was pushing hard enough. I'll just start over. I'm Maria, who's to be birthdayed tomorrow. They pronouns, and I'm playing Hektor Bartholomew, who uses he and him pronouns, and also uses the Mad Scientist playbook. Woo. And has advanced some moves since last time. We're learning. I'll throw it over to Emma.
Hello. I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Lucy Doe, who uses the Monstrous playbook, and she also uses she, her pronouns. Alexis. Boy, I was like, is it Darlene or is it Alexis? Is it both? Which one do I say?
I'm a blood witch in real life, so
that's right.
It's fine. Hi, I'm Alexis. You can find me at Boxfanato on the internet and here where I am a lot. Tonight I'm going to be playing Darlene Gray, who uses she, her pronouns, just as I do. And she is a blood witch, as we mentioned, using the Hex playbook. As Matthew said, our heart game, Hallowed Hearts, has just ended. We had our finale on Friday. It was a whole lot. The VOD is available. Go check it out if you need to catch up. And I'm going to be getting those episodes up to YouTube in the near future. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Heart in Gishari next. And that's everything for me. It's Ty.
I am Ty. I use he and pronouns. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter, and I am your keeper for this and all evenings here in Hush Hallows. So last time on Hallows, the hunters dealt with the aftermath of Hektor finally overcoming Cameron Teller, the lumberjack. Martha did a little exploring on her own into the tunnels beneath Hush Hallows, and experienced some weirdness before she decided to say goodbye to Oak and then say goodbye to the town itself. The others discussed some oddities with memory. Lucy and Hektor decided to go visit Ernest Honeycuff to drop off a Bolo ghost gun and ask a couple questions. And I believe that was about it last session. Oh, the van. Then there was a good chunk of time where they ran.
About a solid hour.
There was a van at the library, the one that had been tracking Lucy previously. Hunters for a little bit. They found out a drone was watching them before self-destructing, and the van left, but not before seeing on the passenger side a youthful-looking face with blue eyes and unnaturally gray hair. And so when we resume, sunlight creeps into Oak Williams' room at the Silent Heart Hospital. His clothes lie in a neatly folded pile on the table, a pink Himalayan sea salt lamp plugged in next to it. Oak had blood drawn, some minor surgery, and time to recuperate. Physically, you feel renewed. There is no extra scarring beyond your chest and the gash on the back of your calf. But all in all, you feel better than you have in quite some time. What do you do?
Gosh, what do I do? Fuck me. I quit. I mark retire and I leave. I fly out of Hallows. No. Oak, having just, Martha just talked to him. This would be either same day or day before. He just kind of rustles around and looks at his lamp, and he uses his little spell to turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, and then he just pops up out of bed and says, and just thinks to himself that it's time to get back to it. He's he says to himself, "I don't like hospitals." And then he's gonna try to get his stuff together and get discharged and go.
Okay, yeah, you have the papers are already filled out. You just do whatever minimal sort of requirements are needed and leave the hospital, the Silent Heart Hospital. And you are on to the streets of Hush Hallows this Thursday morning / early afternoon.
Well, it's morning. Guess I'll start walking. Well, I mean, I could try calling from landline. Yeah, landline. I'll try to call the. I guess I'd call Fat Slabs. I don't know if I know where people are. I'd call Fat Slabs and then try the bed and breakfast.
I believe everyone stayed at Fat Slabs last. Yeah, that is where you guys ended off. So you who hears the phone first? Who wakes up the earliest in Fat Slabs? Hektor, Darlene, or Lucy? Well, Lucy doesn't really sleep, so
I don't sleep, so I would have been awake. What time in the morning is it?
Yeah, it's probably 10:30, 11, maybe a little earlier, maybe 10.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, then she would probably first of all think it's really weird that it was ringing. Hello.
I've been discharged. I'm all done being horribly mangled.
Holy shit, I'll be right there. And she hangs up.
Okay, you take the hearse and drive to the Silent Heart.
Probably a little faster than I should, but yes.
Pull up in front of Oak, who's waiting outside holding a lamp, fully dressed.
She'd probably get out of the car. What do I do?
I just need a ride.
Okay, cool. And she'll go back in the car and drive us back to the Fat Slabs.
I hold my lamp in the front seat. It's not laying, on my shoulder. It's poking to the back seat.
I think during that time, she might, if Oak wants to hear about it, she would fill him in on some of the things that have happened while he was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Sounds like things are worse. But at least the monster's dead.
Yeah. Martha was a huge help. Thank you.
Yeah, I figured she was just what the group needed.
She was. She came at exactly the right time.
I just looked at chat. Yeah, she's something.
How's your arm?
It's cursed.
You still want to like?
Yeah, I need to find that thing I was asking you about. This Despacito.
You got it, buddy. We'll find it.
I think it has to be copper. Bronze. Copper bronze. Bronze copper.
Which is it? It's important to know which came first.
Oh, let me Ty. Do I have to? Do you remember? Or do I have to scroll up on Discord?
I think it's copper.
I think it's copper too, but I can scroll up on Discord.
Just get one of each.
Sure, no problem. No problem. Did we have a lead?
I found it. Copper.
Okay. Did we have a?
Oh.
Go ahead.
I need a copper Sisyphita. It has to be sharp. I need fire from Palo Santo, which I'm pretty sure Brogy has.
You got every other ingredient on one episode, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Continue.
Did we have like a lead on? I cannot read chat during this. Did we have a lead on the blade?
I think you were going to ask Micah because he's Greek and the blade is Greek.
Oh, cool. I have to go talk to him anyway about a different blade. So that'll be fun.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. I think by then we'd probably be it.
Yeah.
Unless there was if there was anything that Oak wanted to talk about.
No. This is great because these characters are terribly awkward.
Yeah.
The worst social RP ever.
Take him around town, just chat it up. See where this goes.
There'd be like no chatting, just sitting in silence.
And you pull up in front of Nana's Fat Slabs. Take the single road that leads there.
Is the place being worked on yet by Brogy's men?
It has been. It is not currently at this hour, but it has been fixed more and more. It is I'd say about 80% done now. They still haven't put the door up, but the car-shaped hole is now just a door-shaped hole.
Oh wow. It's coming along.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Oak. Do you have any more comics?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
Yep.
You enter Nana's where
Hektor... No, don't rush us.
No. Take your time. I'll go grab a drink. I'll be back in like
We have more to not talk about, okay?
No reason to rush the scene. No, yeah, go
ahead. You guys will walk in, and Hektor and Darlene are probably already awakened in the main room, unless you had something else to do. Either of you.
No. Okay, will go get nothing important. Gets the comics. He's just waiting for this SSB.
Hektor probably would have been downstairs by the time Lucy got up and left. Because Hektor wanted to do some research using Martha and also their books to see. We did research on this spear driver, didn't we? Or did we?
Yes, you found you found an article last time that I believe I posted somewhere.
You did, and I wrote it down word for word right here and put like a star next to it. Just kidding.
Yeah. That one. But you did have another lead from that. If you could try, you have a name of the author as well as another volume.
Yes,
or the name of the clan as well. That's another.
All of those things. Yep. I would like to try to discern more about this clan of demons, as well as what is it?
Langhart.
Why is it NH? Langhart's Anthro Demonology, Volume 4.
Okay. So you're looking to see if you have volume or just anything on those demons, or what specifically are you kind of trying to research here?
I think easiest would be, do we have the volume? If no, then do we have something that talks about clans of demons?
Sure. Roll 2d6 for investigate.
Aha! I need dice. Those are important. 9, 11.
Yeah, you do have that. Martha left that tome with you as well. She has collections 1 through 4 of Langhart's Anthrodemonology.
Cool.
So there is a
What
lot.
were you doing with all of those? Okay, cool. Neat. I would just start digging in that thing then.
As you begin to get, you realize pretty quickly why she has those volumes. It's similar to her field of study about, the and kind of their research into their goings on, their culture, their histories, some of their traits. So somewhat similar, adjacent to what she was interested in.
Okay. Okay. I would love to specifically focus on, because in this note here, the religious applications of this thing. As the note
Yes.
says religious application
Correct.
history.
Correct. That is in there.
Yes, it is.
One second.
Let's continue.
Okay. What you find as to the religious applications of this Talmorian spirit driver is that it was used in a ritual for the Talmorians called the Inheritance, when a Talmorian was close to death, as a way to preserve their knowledge, their spirit. If they were found worthy, they would put their soul into one of their progeny's bodies as a guide. It wasn't done 100% of the time. You had to be found, the progeny had to agree to it, be found willing, and the person being inherited had to have been found worthy for it. But it was a somewhat regular practice. And still is in their culture.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I must ponder that for some time.
Okay. And that's what you get for your research. What do you do while these... Did you do anything with your morning, or are you downstairs waiting when they walk in?
Remind me where I am with my with the whole blood dream clock.
Okay, so we talked about it a little bit last time. You don't really have a clock for that currently, because the blood dream was the culmination of the research into the dreams. Blood dreams is the concept that Darlene has come up with and hasn't really tried yet, and isn't written down anywhere because it's an invention of hers. So there isn't really much research you can do into the subject currently. You could try it and then kind of think about different applications from there, but there isn't really much other research you could do outside of that.
Sorry, I meant the dream of the body of blood that she actually had. Or are those kind of one and the same thing?
Yeah, it's kind of similar, but you don't have a clock going for any of the... That was kind of the end of that clock. You probably have to try something with that, because there wasn't much... Okay. There wasn't a lot of other research you would have found.
Okay, so the next step is to try a blood dream. Correct,
for that clock, if that is something you'd like to do.
Do I know whose blood to be utilizing for that?
Yeah. To go into your own dream, you'd have to use your own.
Okay, all right. So it's a whole thing. All right.
So you could ponder that in the
So
morning.
considering the fact that I've already got those pieces together, I think Darlene just sort of
Sorry, good.
I think Darlene gets tea ready for Oak, and then I think she probably just mosey on down to see if Hektor needs any help with anything, and probably just blink around, just
Sure.
kind of blinking around a little bit just to continue getting used to it. And and then I think, you know what? I think how long does it take them to get back?
Not super. I mean, they didn't take like a long route. It's like a 15, 20-minute drive.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say if she gets a little impatient, I think she's gonna scry, but never mind. Not enough time.
It wasn't a ton of time, no. No. So you make the tea and you eventually hear Oak and Lucy walk in. Hektor in his research, and you are all somewhat together in Nana's fat slabs.
So, what do we want to do next? I'm gonna try to like cut off my part of my arm. That's what I got on my calendar. What do you think?
I'm sorry. You said what, Matthew?
I said I'm gonna. What do we all want to do? I'm gonna probably try to cut this thing off my arm.
Oof. That's a lot.
Yeah. Might piss Karen off when I do it. I have this sinking feeling that it's somehow connected to her. Thing is, my tattoo completed and that she appeared. It's just a decent hunch.
Seeing as all the dots connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Oak noticed his like cold breath?
No, you haven't yet.
Okay, because that's a huge flag.
No, that was an audience thing. You have not realized, and you're breathing normal now. You haven't noticed it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The hot mug of tea that Darlene has prepared for you, and it frosts over.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Everything's fine.
Thanks for the tea. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm happy to like help until I get my sword.
Well, what do we think we want to do about this cult situation? I'm not sure how long we're going to have to wait for this blade to take care of Oak's arm.
Yeah. I mean, we should either... I think we should either you can try your scrying thing, or we go. We just snoop around. Do what we do. Are Lucy and Hektor here too?
Yeah, I think everyone's reconvened by this point.
Okay.
I think actually Hector's coming up at this point.
Okay.
With the book, like the demon book, the demon history book, and is saying, Martha had some really strange books and everything. Oh. Well, hi, Oak.
Hi, Hektor. I'm back.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Just trying to cut off part of my arm. How are you?
I am also fine. I have a. Wait, have you just talked to Lucy about this weird sword thing?
I think I can't remember if I mentioned to Hector. I feel
Oh.
like I didn't. I did. Did
Oh.
I?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
It might have been just Lucy.
If you did,
Well, I would do it now. You're like you did surgery once, right? So you can help me cut it off. I'll like roll up my sleeve and show them. Just
for
this
my
part.
sake, what does it look like? Because I don't think I've ever had
Yeah. It looks like a labyrinth maze tattoo that it goes around the entire, around his entire forearm right here.
Oh.
This big.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I didn't put it there, so it's kind of awkward.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I could get. I'm sure I could try to take it off or something like that.
Yeah.
I have lots of things to do that with.
Cool.
We should. Is it pressing? Does it need to come off now?
Well, it's been there for like a while, and I'm starting to get worried if I don't deal with it. Here's the thing. It's bothering me. It's there. It's not something I put on my body, and it's making me feel anxious. Imagine having a part of your body you didn't put there, even if it's just a tattoo.
Karen is also terrifying.
Oh yeah, it might be tied to this immortal ice sorceress who's invulnerable to harm and can stop time, but that's another problem.
That sounds important.
Yeah. Also, she might be fire and ice. Because technically she went to both dimensions.
Well, that seems quite pressing.
Yeah.
So what is involved? What do we need to do? How can I help?
Well, it's gonna be done with a kind of copper looking sword that's like curved and weird looking. It has to be done.
Out of his like tweed jacket pocket, he pulls out the weird like sword dagger thing like this.
No.
Okay, and put it
Can I
right
have
back in the
that?
pocket.
No, can I have that, please? Thank you.
Sure.
I'll like pull out of my pocket like the rumpled ritual page that I tore out of a book. Here it is. Here's the ritual. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm happy to do other things till then, but I really do want to make it a priority.
I think we should. Yeah.
I think there's too much going on to do one thing at a time now. We have to do it all at once.
Well, and also if we are doing, something else, and if this thing really is a tether and allows Karen to manifest here, we really don't need to be fighting battle on two fronts if we can avoid it.
Yeah. Karen explicitly told me that she would come find me when the time was right, and I don't think there's a way of me get around that. She's a lot stronger than I am. And also she's invulnerable. And immune to my magic, so there is that problem.
Well,
as a tangent though, have you done any? Do you know if there are things besides your magic that she might be vulnerable to?
Did I mention the stopping time?
No, but I mean, all monsters can be stopped, right?
I hope yes.
You just have to figure it out.
I agree, but she is self-made, so there's not going to be books on her or anything.
If there's something I've learned about science, there's a lot of things that can be improvised.
I understand, but I don't want to try to find Karen or fight her. I just want to get rid of this tattoo, please. That's what I want.
Okay.
What else do you need besides this blade?
Oh, I got everything else, and I'll like take the crumpled piece of paper and show Darlene. It's just some chanting and some smoke wood. It's pretty simple, really.
Well, I think maybe to be on the safe side, I might prepare some sort of a containment circle. I'm using the wrong word, but you know what I mean.
Like a protection circle thing?
Yes, something along those lines. I mean, just in case things go very poorly.
You mean like ward? Ward the place we're in?
Maybe, yeah.
And if I do it down in the basement, we should be fine. It's already warded. In the freezer.
Okay.
Well, we need this specific sword, right?
Yeah.
We can't do anything without that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Lucy's gonna try to get it for me or find where we can get it. Man, Martha was really good at finding weird things like this.
Sorry, I was reading.
You're all Oak's like, why is everyone so quiet?
We're just reading
whole
a note in
lot.
Discord. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
It's what I just told them.
Yeah.
Sword, smoke, and some chanting. Did I miss something?
No, you were right. I just
All
had
right,
never
then.
read it before.
Yeah, it was the first time I put it
Yeah.
in Discord for everyone. I bet Oak was shown it.
Oak, I learned something new while you were resting and recuperating. You want to see?
Sure.
And Darlene just blinks across the room.
Oh, wow. That's pretty advanced.
Well, it came at a cost.
Where'd you get that from?
Remember our pal, the lumberjack?
Yeah.
Well, remember it could do that?
Yeah.
Well, I stopped it and I learned how to do it.
Oh, wow.
And she'll point out the rune that like glows on her arm.
Room blowing on her arm as she casts this spell.
So, let's get to it, huh? Before we all forget what we were doing here in the first place. You know, since there's a cult taking people's memories.
So,
Darlene taps her head.
tap my head at you. Everyone does it. It feels natural.
Yeah. Feels right.
So Lucy the plan is for Lucy to talk to Micah. Does anyone have anything they want to do while that is occurring? Or are you guys all planning to kind of just hang out and do this?
I don't know how I would go about doing this, but I want to see if there's any connection between this this clan of demons place and our very own local cult, the Hush Hands and whatnot. I want to see if there's any sort of link, any sort of correlation, if this is like a modern group, if it is a tangentially related religious group, or anything of that nature.
You could, yeah, sure, you can. You rolled it high enough before. I think in that same, the Telmorian demons, they tend to there are some in our realm. They tend to live kind of in the closer to Maine area, like nice and cold, right on the. There aren't any around here. They do exist, but they aren't a cult. They're just
Right.
kind of their.
Yeah. I meant more. I misspoke. Meant to be talking about our cult that's in here. Hallows cult.
You wouldn't find you haven't found in any of your books. You haven't found anything about this cult other than the one book about the Fellowship in the library. There's nothing in your library about this organization.
That feels weird.
Why?
As a player, that feels weird. Because if this fellowship had been here and it had any sort of relation to like anything that had happened in this town previously, it just feels weird that there wouldn't be any documentation about it.
And yet,
yes, here we are.
Because they erase people's memories and they erase all trace of them.
Okay.
I bet they have records.
Could be.
If you want records on the cult, just.
Yay.
But I will say, Hektor did roll. Well, I mean, not that this really tells you anything, but Hektor did roll to try to remember anything about the church, and there weren't any big flags. He rolled shattered memory.
Yeah.
Stat out. I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Fun.
I have, Darlene has 2 things she'd like to do in the time that we're waiting, but they can happen before or after.
What are they? And then we can determine
Sure.
before Lucy's seen.
She'd like to start getting ready to and talk with Lucy about using big magic to more permanently imbue her scythe with magic, so permanently enchant it, so she doesn't have to, use magic before a fight every time. And the other thing is to start researching and try to figure out if there's a way to protect our minds from being tampered with by this cult.
Okay.
However much we can achieve in whatever time is available.
I'd say that scene with you and Lucy could happen. You could talk to her at least before, and then do that. The second scene, let's wait on for now until you guys determine a little bit more. But you can talk to Lucy.
And what from Keeper, what would I need? What would Darlene need in order to do the big magic?
Yes, I will pull that up right now. For big magic for this, you will need rare and weird ingredients / supplies, which we can talk about. It will need to use magic as part of the ritual and specific side effect.
Oh.
Those are the 3. But I would talk to Lucy before you really get deep into this, see what she says.
Okay. Hey, Lucy.
Yep.
So, how has enchanting your scythe been working out for you? Or using the enchanted scythe?
I think I only used it once.
Twice. It was the first and the second lumberjack fight.
Yeah.
Did it happen in the first lumberjack fight?
Yeah.
Oh, my bae.
There was a lot going on.
There sure was. I just remember the fire.
Yeah.
Well, it's been, it was helpful. Certainly.
I know we talked about potentially attempting to make that more permanent, and that would require some big magic, some more involved spell work. Is that something that you are interested in?
I think it would kind of depend on what that would do to. I don't know how that works with something like this weapon, since the weapon is like me, part of me, or.
Oh, that's the side effect. Oh, fuck. I didn't think. Okay, great. Shit, sorry, Alexis. Just put 2 and 2 together.
Can enchant Lucy's whole body.
You'll be enchanted, Mary.
Enchant me.
Looks like we're playing Monster Hearts now.
Well.
So I'm not entirely certain myself. How has that felt when how has the temporary enchanting worked for you? Do you notice like a difference to yourself or
Ty, did I notice anything different when she did a temporary enchantment?
It hit a little harder, felt a little more. You were a little more confident in its use that it was going to do damage to this being.
Did it do anything to me? Did I feel anything weird?
Nope.
No, it was fine.
Okay. Well, considering the fact that it is part of you and that's not something that I've dealt with before, I don't have guarantees on things like side effects. So if that's something that you are okay with,
why don't you let me not sleep on it? Since I don't sleep, but sleep on it. I'll sleep on it. But I don't sleep.
okay. Just, that sounds good.
But I appreciate the offer.
Of course. I figure we need every available leg up based on how terribly that first fight with that lumberjack went.
She's gonna kind of look over at Hektor.
Just every available tool that we can make good use of.
Yeah. Well, speaking of tools, I gotta go talk to Micah. And we'll see what happens with that.
All right. I hope it goes well.
So I'm taking with me not only the sheet of paper that has the blade for Oak's ritual, but I'm also taking the actual blade that we found in the lumberjack's lair with me.
Okay.
And I'll go do my weird magic.
You roll for that, I believe, didn't you?
I don't remember.
I don't know if you didn't write it down. Probably not. I think it's just a thing you can do.
Okay.
You don't have to. Yeah, you look in the mirror, you see yourself, your reflection, you see yourself shift, and you are once again in this space. You see Micah in his suit, just kind of just sitting on a bench, a nice bowl of broccoli cheddar soup.
Hi, buddy.
He takes a sip and then kind of wipes off his spoon, puts it in the bowl. Hello again.
How's that taste? Is that good?
Like nothing really, but I enjoy the heat.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm taking it easy currently. How yourself?
I'm okay. I have a few questions, and I wondered if you'd be able to help me out with some weird stuff.
Weird stuff. Oh, maybe. What do you have? Kind of weird stuff are you?
And she'll come over and sit by him, and she'll take out the paper and the blade.
Which blade?
The blade from the lumberjack lair. Yeah.
And and that piece of paper?
And the piece of paper for what Oak needs, and put them both down. So we found this. I have a lot of questions about it, and I just wondered if you'd ever seen it before, and we're looking for this.
He looks over this whole. It takes him a couple minutes as he looks over the spirit driver and the 2 pieces of paper, and he says, "Well, this is according to the make of it. It looks to be some sort of demonic of an origin. How did you come across this?"
I'm in a really weird town. There's a lot of really bad shit happening. There's something there. They took part of my memory, and we found this in a lair of a very angry poltergeist. I have concerns and a lot of questions.
Do what I can. Lay it on me. What are your questions?
I don't. If this is demonic, are you familiar? If you can see that it's demonic in origin, do you know anything else beyond that? Like, why? Where would this come from? I guess.
I don't know the exact any sort of clan it came from or any sort of use it had, but I'm familiar with some artifacts from demonic culture there. Demons are spread here and there across the world. People that came over from the other side and wanted to go home or couldn't.
Okay. So, do demons just kind of like exist? What do they look like? What do they look? How would we come across them?
Depends. They can take all sorts of sizes and shapes depending on their background, their type. Some of them conceal themselves as humans, others don't or can't.
Is there a way to tell just by looking? Hey, I can see stuff now. It's really weird.
You can see stuff now, like
magic and ghosts and stuff, or spirits, whatever you want to call them.
well, that might help. Beyond that, I'm not sure of an investigation.
What might it look like if I were kind of peering into that and I were to come across a demon? Do you have any idea what it might look like? Would it look like a weird inky blob?
I don't have your special eyes, nor have I heard of them, so I'm not sure about what your special eyes would see. I don't know of ink blob demons myself, but I suspect you would see them under some different sort of circumstances than a human. Everyone has their own sort of aura or traits.
Well, one last question about demons. I've never really encountered them. Are they always malicious do they always have malicious intent, or do they sometimes they just neutral parties who don't care?
I think it much like humans, they can be of any sort of came from whatever dimension they were from just to find a better life and try to keep out of the way of mortals. Other are here for more nefarious reasons, but I think it runs the gamut from what I've encountered. Okay. But I don't deal with this normally, just things I've come across in my many, many years here.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. Do you know anything how to get? Have you seen this blade before? Do you know how to get this? It's a Greek blade, and I'm realizing now that perhaps this is stereotyping that you, as a Greek individual, would know about all of the Greek blades that exist. But do you know about this blade?
He laughs, and he looks over the ritual and says, "I have some artifacts I've kept over the years. I could probably see if I have one. If not, I can probably get you in touch with someone who has one." What sort of, is there something wrong with some of your land? Oh, your friend, you said.
Yeah. So, long story short, there is an individual who is wildly powerful and terrifying. I've only come across her once. She can stop time, and she uses she's basically, you can't touch her. She's invulnerable to everything. But we think that he has this tattoo that showed up on his arm, and we think it's functioning like a tether for her. And we think if we can cut his arm off, it might break the tether. Would it break the tether? Or would this...
Are you asking me? Again, this is not really my area of expertise.
I know, but you're really old.
Thanks. I love when people bring that up. No, I don't know much about magic myself other than minimal. Roll a convince.
Oh, what is that with that charm?
Yeah, plus charm.
Uh-oh. Oh, what a gift. That's an 8.
As he's looking this over and he sits up from the bench, I can probably procure you one within a day or so, but I will need a favor. I would like a favor.
Yeah,
it doesn't have
sure.
to be now, but
anything for you, my liege.
He gives you a tight-lipped smile and nods.
Don't like that. That's weird for you, but okay.
Then he smiles. All right. I can try to get it to you as soon as possible. You'll know.
Cool. Great. Thank you. I appreciate your time and help with this.
And I will appreciate your help as well.
Cool. Great. Awesome. I still owe you ice cream, but we'll figure that out. Is that the favor? Is that going to be the favor you asked?
Favor is not going to be ice cream. Plus, I just had hot soup followed by cold ice cream. I think that's just going to be too much for my tum-tum to handle. It's
is it too much dairy?
really running the gamut from hot to cold.
Interesting.
Bad for your teeth.
It is, he says, pointing at the voice of Matthew Foreman's head.
Yeah, Matthew Foreman's soul flies by. It's bad for your teeth.
Floats away.
Okay, great. In all honesty, thank you very much. I appreciate your help with this. I know it's weird, but they're fucking with my memory, so I'm gonna have to figure this out.
It's odd. All right, I will contact you as soon as I can.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. And he sits back down on his bench as he begins to fade away, and you are standing at the mirror, staring.
I think Lucy kind of like takes a moment, and if you could see her face, she would look concerned and maybe a little bit sad, and then she would walk back out and join the rest of the group.
Okay.
So demons are interesting. He had never seen this blade before. He could definitely tell it was demonic in origin, and demons are weird. They can, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they don't care.
Well, this particular blade wasn't necessarily used for things that were revenge-esque. At least not originally. So maybe I was gonna say maybe whatever this one was used for, maybe they're nice demons.
Yeah. Or the people who are using them, I don't know. Anyway, Oak, I can get your blade soon.
Okay.
It'll be soon.
Oh, thank you. That's exciting.
You're either muted or I can't hear you.
What's that? Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, what the hell did I just say? I say, okay. That's good. That's good. That's exciting. I'm excited.
Cool.
Do we want to kill something in the meantime?
Did you have something in my? I have two things that are pressing on my mind. We could, and these are just from my brain, we could just walk into the fellowship and just say, hey, we're interested in just looking around in your establishment.
There's
Or there are still Martha did go to. Thank you for the rating, Green Nerd
Thank you for the raid, Jess. I hope your stream went well tonight. Thank you.
Martha did go to investigate those tunnels under the town. We still don't know what those are. Those could be very, very important and also bad.
Yeah.
I think they're both.
I really think we should deal with this cult, y'all. We've let this sit for a really long time. That was weeks ago when Lucy killed that old lady who's not old, she's young, but whatever. I remember her being old. I remember her being like really old. Are you sure?
I rewatched the episode.
No, she was young.
She was approximately 104 years old. Got it.
It's on her death. I swear.
Well, I mean, technically.
Well.
Damn. She was my age, and you just stuffed her out. Brutal.
And you guys don't have to do. Once again, you guys can split up. That is an option as well.
Yeah. But that being said, I mean, if we're doing subterfuge for the cult, I mean, I don't feel I can't sneak or lie. Well, I'm small. I can be kind of stealthy. But anyway, if some people want to go to the church, I can go to the hole in the ground.
I shouldn't. I'm not sure how I feel about going back there. I'm afraid I would eat somebody again. So it might be safe for me to go with you.
I can take the church.
Yeah, you could talk. I cannot.
What? Cool. So Hektor, Darlene, church, Lucy, Oak, hole in the wall, hole in the ground.
If we're trying to go with the lying route, I really don't know if bringing Hektor with is the smart move, considering we don't know who Hektor has run into before.
Yeah. Well, Hektor can just stay outside. Up to y'all.
I'm just thinking if we're gonna be lying at all, it's better if we know, that we have never met some of these people.
That is
any of these people.
That is a you decision. If you're comfortable going alone, then go alone.
I'm not against bringing Hektor, and I just think that if
then let Hektor go.
Here's a
we would need a different strategy.
Here's a
Hektor's
different
coming with.
Here's a different something else that I could do then. You still have those drone parts, right? Did those end up downstairs?
I sure do have them.
I could do a bit of tinkering around with those, see if I can figure out anything else about that.
Does Hektor know about the internet?
I know it exists.
Yeah, he does know it exists.
Listen, it was kind of around in it was conceptually around.
80s!
The thought of it was.
He's also been. It's been about a month since he's been back by now.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been in Hallows for like a month and a half by this point. It is cresting November.
It was called DARPANET when Hektor was before Hektor got into the thing. Just as a historical side note,
Hektor missed MySpace.
ARPANET.
Entirely.
It would have been called ARPANET and then DARPANET.
He didn't have a Zanga.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But I could do more research and things here, as well as maybe trying to figure out if there's anything strange with that contraption. Did you, Lucy, explain that there was just like a black void space?
Oh yeah, anything that Lucy, well, just about 99.9% of anything that Lucy experiences, she shares.
Okay. I could maybe look into something like that. I don't know how much I would be able to. There's a lot of books. Martha brought a lot of books that I would love to dig through. What I'm saying is I could stay here.
Yeah.
If we want to do 3 things at the same time.
No. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the hall.
Lucy's going with? Okay. Which hole?
All of them.
Good. Every hole.
Oak would want to go to the lumberjack one because that's where he,
Yeah, go to the lumberjack hole.
He's revisit that trauma.
Yeah. So you guys take the hearse and begin driving towards Timber Creek Academy, where the lumberjack hole is. Darlene, you are going. Which car are you going to take to the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands?
Fuck, that's a question.
There's a PT Cruiser that no one has used that exists.
Why couldn't Martha leave her Mercedes?
Just flies away. using her vampiric flight.
That's right. I'm a bat.
Turns into a bat. Yep.
Just shouts bat and disappears as a bat.
I mean, yeah. What was the question? Sorry.
What car does she take? There's an El Camino from Hektor that's beat up, and there's also a PT Cruiser. That is all the only cars in the possession currently.
Who's the PT Cruiser registered to?
It is a rental car currently registered to a... I don't know if you learned his name. It is the person who spirited Raphael away. Yeah, I think he did say his name.
Yeah.
At some point.
He left the car.
I have that in my notes.
Yeah, he left the car.
Kind of weird.
What was his
That
name?
is odd.
Yep.
Shane
Connell.
Shane Connell?
Connell, yes.
Okay.
Hot Irish monster hunter. I just assumed he was hot.
Matthew's
Heard to that? Yeah, I described him. Yeah, heard to how I described him.
Yeah.
Matthew's like, this is an NPC. They're hot.
No, correct.
They're either old or hot.
Correct.
Or both.
Yeah.
Okay. You take the PT Cruiser.
I'll take the PT Cruiser, yeah.
And you begin to drive to the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands across town. And Hektor, you are in your lab with the remains of the drone. Let's start with you, Hektor. What are you doing?
So, I want to check, because I don't think... well, I have a question first before I want to check things. That strange amalgam of wires and things that I found in my lab...
Yes.
Did we ever figure out, was that in relation to the lumberjack? Or was that not?
It wasn't in relation to the lumberjack, especially because that's especially not how that move works. But right. I think what you would have found is you used kind of similar implements in creation to it. It wouldn't have helped you do anything to him, but you did use some similar like wires and tubes.
Okay. Follow-up question. Is there any similarities with that strange amalgam of stuff and the new amalgam of stuff that we created when we exploded drone? Is there any sort of similarities that I can see? Not necessarily okay.
Immediately,
cool.
no.
I wanted to rule that out.
Yeah. Cool.
I want to pick this drone apart and see what all the things do.
Someone beat you to it. An explosion. It is already picked apart, but you can
dissect it.
Okay.
And see what I can find in amongst these little bits and pieces.
There is not a lot, but feel free to roll.
Sweet.
It explodes.
It explodes.
It double explodes. You fool! Activated my trap card.
I knew it. All right. What am I rolling again?
I don't know what are you doing?
You know what? That's a good question.
This isn't really fabrication workshop. This is kind of just the investigate, I guess, if you're trying to find something. Or weird science if you want to do something to it, but just to find something would probably be investigate.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if this 1 would count or 2 is applicable, which is kind of like 1. My laboratory also has examination room.
You could do that, sure.
Okay. Because I don't know if this qualifies as a minion or a piece of the monster we are currently hunting. It's kind of a piece of something from someone maybe we're currently hunting.
You probably won't get the +1 forward for it, but you can use your examination room.
Okay.
People who watch the VOD are probably like, why are they always laughing? It's the chat.
We're just jolly people. Oh, God. Okay. So that is a 12 for investigate, because that's what the examination room uses, without the +1 forward, but I do have it advanced.
Okay. On an advanced investigate, you can pretty much just you can ask
any
me a question, which we kind of.
What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life?
Why are we still in Hallows?
Yeah.
How do we get out of here? What kind of question do you want to ask about this thing?
So just so I can ask the right questions, we already established there's not really any sort of identifying markers on it, like no make, model, year, anything like that. Of the things that are left of it,
yes,
is there anything that would be, as close as I can figure it, a camera or a transmitter of some kind, a recording device or anything like that?
Yeah, what you get from your 12+ is that there was some form of, there's like a broken lens, a severely broken lens, like a couple shards of it. There was some form of camera. There wasn't a recorder. It looks like it was a transmitter. So whatever was taken was not saved on this device.
Okay.
What you determine based on the size and the pieces that are there and what isn't there. That's kind of what you find.
Okay.
You can take a second to think.
The only other, I was just thinking if it was a question worth asking, but I'll ask it anyway. The only thing I would think at this point is if there was, since this is a small town, if there was anyone that I knew of from my time here who would be involved in any sort of like things of like this sort of mechanical nature, not necessarily drones in like the 80s, but like somewhat more advanced technologies, or
I'd say with your, as the last kind of answer, with confidence, this is pretty technologically advanced, and you're that person. You were the most technologically advanced person in Hallows.
Cool. Okay.
You're still up there 30 years later as being one of the more advanced technical people in Hallows.
Neat.
You invented the internet.
Oh,
correct. It was you.
In Hallows, probably. All right.
So you kind of peer over this drone for a little bit, and we switch perspectives to Darlene pulling up to the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands. It is a somewhat large building of gray brick. The parking lot there is about 4 or 5 cars currently. The symbol on front of it is 2 hands, one like this.
Anyone see the cult? Quick question, because I posed it and then we said we would maybe get to it, and then and we haven't. But would there have been any opportunity for Darlene to try to figure out how to protect her fucking brain before going to this cult?
That's a fantastic question. I'll say we can do a quick flashback. Roll plus sharp for an investigate into the books.
Okay. What could go wrong? That's a solid 8.
With an 8, even with more, it's the thing is you don't know a lot about whatever kind of magic is being worked. You could probably whip up some sort of very, very basic protection spell, but you're not sure what kind of effect it'll have.
Well, basic protection spell's better than nothing.
Sure. Yeah.
So I guess I'm using magic.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Sorry. 10 even.
Yeah. You cast the spell on yourself, and you feel just it's probably more of a comfort to yourself in emotion than it might be physically, but you think it's a little bit better. You just generally protected your mind. You're not sure at the extent of the effects, but that's about it.
Well, something's better than nothing, maybe. Maybe. All right. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so I'm here at this cult. Goddamn. Choices have been made. Did we, as a group, I'm sorry, my brain is very foggy. Did we as a group have an idea of how we wanted to, like, what angle we wanted to play on this one? Just like a...
Nope, I think lie was the only real option because you didn't bring Hektor. Lie was kind of the plan you had. What kind of lies or the nature of therein, I don't know, but lie was the only thing ever settled on. Unless anyone else has anything, but that's what I remember. We can switch if you need a second to think.
No, I think I've got an angle.
Okay.
All right.
You park and walk in?
I sure do.
Okay. You enter. There is a desk. This is the second time you've now been in this building. There's a front desk with some pamphlets. There's a computer up front. There's a young man behind the front desk with brown hair and dark eyes who looks up to you and kind of waves as soon as you walk in. Hello. I don't recognize you. Are you interested in kind of gestures around, and he stands up.
Yes, I have been kind of here in this town just long enough to really start to appreciate the fact that I really am intrigued by this establishment you have here.
Oh, that's great. And he grabs a pamphlet and hands it to you. Here's some information. If you're interested, we have what time is it? It's like 1:25. There's going to be a meeting at 5 p.m. tonight. Otherwise, I could show you around. I could give you a tour.
Sure. And what is this person's name?
Oh, Mitch. Nice to meet you. And he extends a hand.
Mitch. Nice to meet you too.
And you are?
You can call me Darla Sugar.
Okay, Darla. Nice to meet you. Yeah, follow me. And he waves you to his side. And he walks into glass double doors that lead into kind of the majority of this hexagonal building. There are kind of pews lined up. There is a long center aisle. There's not a pulpit. There is a brief stage. There is what looks like a very nice school desk on top of it. And there are some people in the pews. What you would notice as you are walking in. There is a girl, maybe 20s or 30s, with red wavy hair and pale skin. She's wearing a hefty plaid wool button-up, and she's thumbing through a pamphlet. There is a man with a young child in a stroller next to him. He's sitting tight-lipped and just staring forward. He's wearing a hoodie, a brown hoodie. And lastly, there is an older woman, maybe 60s or 70s. You're having a hard time telling if she is awake or asleep at this time, as her eyes are closed. And she looks slightly slumped in her chair. Or, sorry, the pew.
This one's actually old.
This one is actually old.
Okay.
This is our main congregation area. This is where most of the meetings happen, sermons. We have a schedule on the back of the pamphlet, which you have. Sometimes we have potluck dinners. Sometimes we have group sessions where we all just kind of share and talk. He just kind of walks you up and down each aisle. The left side of the pews, the middle aisle, the right aisle.
Mitch, what brought you here? If you don't mind my asking.
Yeah, absolutely. I was raised Catholic, and I didn't like it. I didn't believe any of it. Didn't really jive with the whole organized religion thing. So I found this place a couple years ago, and it just had a cool vibe. Didn't seem as uptight or ruled. So I just told my parents, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do that, and they were, as long as I was still exploring my spirituality, they were supportive.
Okay. Are there any particular tenets that you find particularly reassuring and helpful?
Yeah, I enjoy the message of finding, strength through silence and solitude, but still having some sort of community, being alone together. It's always been nice.
Christ.
Darlene's composed. Alexis is not. Ooh.
Did you belong to any sort of religion? Are you currently or past?
Oh, well, there was a whole lot of evangelical movement where I grew up. There was also some very strong Episcopalian roots. So, I have studied quite a bit and not really felt drawn or like either of those have really clicked for me.
Well, maybe you'll like it here. I do, and we have our meeting at 5 if you're interested, or we could talk more. There's an office in back, or
Well, how? I need to stop looking at chat. Does it say on the pamphlet? Goddamn fucking pamphlets. Does it say on the pamphlet who is the head of the church?
No, it explicitly does not say that.
Oh, that's great. Who does this organization have like a head? Do you go by priest or pastor, or is there a terminology that y'all use?
Yeah, well, yeah, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like being called a pastor or the head. We call him a guide.
What's his name?
Wentworth.
Fuck.
Great.
He's here, I think, somewhere. I could try to find him for you if you want to talk to him.
Oh, I don't want to I don't want to bother him just yet. Part of your job is to greet perspectives, right, and to kind of talk, answer questions. All right. Well then, I would prefer to use your time as you are. Use your time to the best potential.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's it's nice of you.
Yes. Alexis is struggling for words, but you get where I'm going.
Yeah, do you want to? I can keep showing you around. There isn't a lot more. Do you want to keep? Do you want to see a little bit more?
I would like to read a bad situation.
Okay, sure. Roll.
I'm not going to ask if this is a bad situation. I just like to read it.
I mean, yeah, it's appropriate to be nervous. I probably.
Ooh. This is good. You know what? I should advance read a bad situation. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. This is sharp, right? 11.
11. Yeah. Yeah, you can ask me a question. What kind of question do you want to know?
Okay. Okay. So I get to hold 3, yes?
Yes. Actually, think about that real quick. I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. So
sure.
1 second.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. If you are enjoying tonight's show, make sure you are following. If you already followed, consider subscribing. If you already subscribed, consider gifting a subscription. And the bits help the channel operate. We're enjoying ourselves here, and we figured out if you just walk through a door and ask people questions, they'll spill the beans.
Oh, great. Oh, great. They're like, hey, we're interested in joining your organization, perhaps. Oh, hey, you want to come to our secret meeting at 5 o'clock? You want to come? Just walk right in. Just come on in.
My God.
Bring some friends.
As is the nature of many tabletop games. Just walk right in the door.
Just go in.
And also the nature of a cult. Oh, you're thinking of joining? Do follow us.
Yeah.
Come with us.
Please do come in.
Come to our meeting and you'll never leave.
Can you imagine, though,
have you heard about the meeting?
Sitting here for like 6 weeks being like, they just need to walk in the fucking building. Why aren't they
I've been Ty many times. Iconic.
Absolutely amazing.
I love the fact that the cult, there's a single leader, which I mean it could have been like a secretive council that would have been fucked up too, like the Masons, right? But it's a single leader with a single name and a title.
Yeah.
It's just all the boxes. Check.
Yep. It's ticking all of them.
I don't like organized religion. I'm spiritual. Those people, these people who say that always end up in cults.
I do like Mitch, though. I want to save him.
I said a sanguinate.
Fuck Mitch.
Yeah.
Hey.
I said Darlene should exsanguinate him.
Listen, the day is young.
Yeah. Step a toe out of line, Mitch. See what happens.
Don't push it, Mitch.
He's not.
Turns out that
Don't
Darlene is just the iteration of the character that hasn't gone into the heart yet.
Yeah.
To become Aventina.
That's right.
He starts talking to you about how he didn't like Star Wars episode, whatever, and you're just like, all right.
Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. What any conclusions?
No.
Cool.
I think the first question I have is, what is my best way out? As I'm going through this place, I want to keep an eye on best exit at any given point wherever I am.
So I think ask me your other 2 questions and then we'll. Yeah, because you got 10. Yeah, ask me your other 2 and then I'll figure out the order. Or yeah.
Okay. I think, I think questions that I'm trying to answer through this tour would also be,
okay. You can hold them if you want to.
Well, no, I'll let you know what they are so that you
Okay.
can maybe
Sure.
it might inform how you do the scene.
Sure.
Yeah. I think I also want to know. All right, I'm sort of waffling between dangers we haven't noticed and the biggest threat. Sort of waffling between those two.
What's the biggest threat, and what was the last other one? Dangers was the other
Yeah.
one.
I'm waffling between those two because I also want to ask what's the best way to protect the victims, assuming that there are victims here. I mean, it's a cult.
Yeah. So
They're
we can answer.
brainwashing
Yeah.
people for sure.
The best way in, I think is the front door. It is the clearest path currently. You can still see out the front door, or to the front door, because there's a glass wall between the kind of entryway and the majority of this building. There are no other window. There's no stained glass or anything. There's no really any other windows in this place. The majority of the light comes through that glass door and the glass wall. There is also a curtain that can be pulled to make it pretty much pitch black and be here if necessary. You also see there's a stairwell on the right side, but you're not sure where that leads currently.
And how big is this place? Like, how much?
It's about the size of it
so far.
He's shown you. It's basically like, imagine going. It's like an average size church. It's the same size as you would see of like a normal.
So it's predominantly just this one.
It's predominantly this one room. The only things you can see a small door behind behind the desk in the very back, and there is a door to the right that is you can see as a stairwell.
Okay.
Those are the other two kind of exits you get. What's the biggest threat? I mean, based on this current situation, probably currently Wentworth. He's the only one that's been identified as in charge in any way, shape, or form. So I think that's probably where your mind goes. But otherwise, there isn't anything pressing that seems immediately dangerous.
Okay. And then I guess I'm also trying to determine what's the best way to protect victims.
In this current situation, you don't know, there aren't any real victims, nor would you have the information just from looking around this church to be able to determine that. Depending on how the rest of this goes, maybe, but currently there isn't any way that information could be obtained.
Okay. I'll hold it.
Okay.
We'll see.
And he's walked you around this part of the building. Is there, like I said, we can go to an office talk if you want. Is there anything else you want? I could show you a little bit more of it if you want.
Yeah, but what is this the entirety of the facilities here?
Oh, this is the majority of it. Yeah, we have some other places, and he begins walking you towards the stairwell. You follow him.
Is there any window on the door to the stairwell?
No. Well, you can see. There's like a clear pane of glass that you can see. It is a stairwell, but that's about it. So you can see into it, but you can't. And you can tell it starts going up. But that's about all that's visible from outside the stairwell.
Sorry. Shut up, Emma. Let's see. Has he told me what's downstairs?
Nope.
He's just leading me there.
Yeah, she's giving you a tour.
What kind of a staff do you all have? Do you volunteer? Are you employed here? Like, how does it?
We're employees. There's just a small chunk of us. There's about, I think, like 4. We don't always work the same times. But there's Wentworth and a couple others.
What size congregation would you say you have?
Well, we offer a lot of
for being alone together. What is the together like?
At our max, I wouldn't say any more than like 25. We come to a meeting at a time. No more than that. But I think all in all, there's probably around 50 of us or so that attend. Here, there, sporadically, some once a week, some every other week, some once a month, some just try it once and it'll come back.
Hang on, how big is this town, Ty? What's the population of this town?
It's a couple thousand. I think I said like what 3 to 5,000 is what I said. I think.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty
All
small town. That's a small town, but
It
not like
it is,
not
but it's
like
small
500.
town compared to other small towns.
Yeah, it is not like one street and 500 people. It's about 1,000. Like 2,000, I think is probably fair. And he is as you were talking, he is walking to the stairwell. Are you following him there?
He still hasn't told me what's down there.
You didn't ask him. He isn't. That's not how tours work. Not all the time.
That's true. That's true. I see you're we're headed to the stairwell. What's down there?
Oh well, there's an up and a down. Upstairs,
okay.
there's just a little. Yeah, you want to come see it?
The upstairs, the attic?
No, there's a second floor. There's not much. There's and it's just kind of it's where the band is. So they didn't take up space on the stage. There's some seats up there too. Some people go there if they just want a little more space.
Is it like one of those? I can't remember the technical term for it, the architectural term for it, but is it like a second?
It's like a loft.
tier?
It's like a loft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's open.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I hate it here. I hate the decisions.
And he does show you that it's not like it's a short walk up, and you see what he describes. Yeah, I can show you the downstairs if you want.
I think if you don't mind, I'd like to, if I can talk with some of the other people here, just to get a
Sure. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like, we can cut away whenever you want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Darlene would like to try to speak with some of the people
Sure.
that are.
Yeah.
Just
He doesn't. Mitch doesn't leave entirely. He is kind of like he hovers a little bit, like not right next to you, but he is still in the same room as you're doing this. So he kind of backs off a little bit. Doesn't take you downstairs. Kind of sits between the front door and the door to the desk and to the stairwell, just kind of watching a little bit. And as you begin to walk away, and we will go to Lucy and Oak as you pull up to Timber Creek Academy. To the back parking lot, you do see there is some caution tape around the shed. There is some pallets of wood and tools nearby, but there doesn't seem to be anyone currently there.
Yeah, I'm right behind.
Yeah, you guys walk into the same. The hole is in the same place. There is some debris that was cleared a little bit from the fire. You notice the remnants of the fire, the mattress that Martha described now pushed to the side, and the dark hole with just handhelds leading down into blackness.
I can fly. Do you want me to carry you?
Does he laugh like that?
Yeah, that's Oak's laugh.
If you think you can carry me. I mean, I might be dead weight, but...
I'm joking, Lucy.
Oh.
You can get down there fine.
Yeah, I can. Well, all right, whatever.
Oak will just fly down.
Yeah. Do you light up the lamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. The sea salt lamp illuminates as Oak heads down first. You see a small amount of blood dried that could reasonably be from Martha, as she bled here recently. But it goes down pretty far. It goes down about 50 feet or so, maybe a little bit more. Lucy, how do you get down? Before we keep going?
Carefully. I think, how wide is the hole?
It is tight going down for a person. It is not a very big one.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't shimmy. Well, no, I guess I could try to use whatever handholds were left behind from Martha and get down that way.
Yeah. Roll plus tough.
Actual tough or weird?
You're not kicking some ass, so it's tough.
Good. It's good. That's bad. That's failure.
You fall. In the very same, you grab the same like rock that Martha did, and it just you just slip right off, and you begin to fall. And Oak, you like either see or hear like Lucy just plummeting towards the ground.
I shout, "Go incorporeal!"
Do you?
Well, is that I can't go incorporeal through people, so I don't know what.
Oak can get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, he can.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how she feels about going incorporeal into solid rock or dirt.
It's up to you.
Are you just gonna keep falling through the earth?
You're showing the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Days later.
Would I guess maybe I would. Fuck me, I don't know.
Well, so it's a miss. Either you're either going to take some damage for this miss, or you can go incorporeal and something else will happen.
Would I be able to go incorporeal but only go like partially into the ground? It would be the whole body. Well, then I'm just gonna fucking fall.
Okay, sure. You take 2 harm as
Awesome.
as you fall hard on the ground.
Is that 1 because
1.
of my?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ground does not have armor piercing abilities.
Well, you never know.
Oak is
It's
just
magical and weird down here.
Oak is just staring at her, and she's on the ground.
Not my most graceful. Let's not talk about this.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I leveled up, you guys.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, it happened to Martha too, so that's fine.
Yeah.
She's a 65-year-old retiree.
I don't know that that's making me feel better.
Oak then turns and looks at the shimmer and all that stuff.
Yeah, with your Himalayan sea salt lamp, you don't quite see it the same way. What you see as you turn is you see the light, because you have kind of you don't have a flashlight, you have kind of a ambient light that is happening. It illuminates all the same, but the patterns and colors on the wall begin to swirl and change and look very trippy and incongruous with how normally this lamp lights up a room.
Oh, man.
Yes, Lucy.
Do I see anything with my weird eyes?
You're just looking forward?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. As you look forward, you see what looks to be it is bright. It's bright light, but a mixture of colors interweaving in and around, and it is near blinding to look at. Just as you look down the tunnel, that's what you see.
Oh. Well, then you'll probably see Lucy like, no. Mm-mm.
What do you see?
It's really bright. Like, really bright.
What does brightness mean?
There's a lot of... did you say it was light or a lot of color?
Both.
Okay. Light and color, there's a lot of it. Everywhere. All over. It's like hard to look at.
What does that mean? Oh, okay. So wait, Oak is like, you see things, but you don't understand them?
It's new. It happened while you were in. I've had this for like maybe 2 days. I'm still figuring it out.
Damn. We could do like some trial and error, some tests. Darlene can like conjure the forces of darkness. And
That's a good idea.
yeah, you can see what evil looks like. And
Well-
then I can conjure like nature magic. You can see what that looks like.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Start identifying stuff.
Yeah. Sorry. 1 second. All right. Oak is just gonna takes a deep breath. You know, it's gonna be real awkward if I go into the hospital again. I don't have any more relatives to call. It's not like I come from a family of monster hunters.
You can't go. You're not going to the hospital.
Yeah, but the only other way is getting horribly scarred up by Darlene's magic.
Well, I guess we'll do our best.
And then Oak is gonna just step forward slowly and cautiously.
Yeah, as you begin walking forward, it feels like your limbs become stretchy, like they are lengthening out much further than they should as you begin to walk slowly, foot after foot. It feels like your feet are being left behind you as your legs continue movement.
I'm gonna see if they actually are like stretching out any further.
Nope, they're with you.
Okay.
It just feels like that.
Do you remember that toy Stretch Armstrong, Lucy? That's how I feel right now.
I don't, but I missed out on a lot when I was a kid.
Oh. Well, anyway.
As you follow behind Lucy, you notice there is a mist growing from the ground the further you guys get in, and it is obscuring vision. You can still see Oak currently, but is rolling to about knee level.
And Oak does not see this?
Not currently.
Hey, Oak, do you see that mist, the misty fog, the fog mist?
I look around. I
do not.
No, all clear here.
Okay, well, it sure is getting higher.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go deeper in.
Sure.
Oh my god. I'm gonna Oak, would you be comfortable if I held on to your staff or put I don't. This is gonna get higher. I'm not gonna be able to see you.
Yeah, sure. I'll put my lamp so she can hold the base of it.
Excellent. Cool. All right. You continue walking. This mist does grow higher. As it reaches your mouth, it feels like you're breathing in extremely heavy fog, like you are in a mist that is thick to breathe. As you continue in, and Oak, you still feel loose. Your joints feel odd. Roll a d10, Oak.
Oh.
Hey, this isn't a D. Are we playing Vampire the Masquerade now?
We are. You are now a man. You've walked into Martha's lair.
Is this a blood die? 2.
Correct.
Bestial failure.
Good. You eat Lucy.
Yeah. D10.
Did you find a d10?
I said a 2.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I did not hear you say.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I rolled 2.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, here is what happens as you roll this 2. You feel your Himalayan sea salt lamp begin to pulse with energy. Very similar to the way you felt many times when you cast spells. And it begins to glow, and it stays lit, the top. But that same kind of multicolor glow begins to bleed down, even though you're holding it sideways, and Lucy's holding onto the other end. It bleeds down, just kind of coating the entire handle. Not your fingers, but the entire handle, the base, and the cord that is wrapped around it.
Wow. Hey, it's going to be funny if we keep going and we start seeing weird plants or eggs. I think we turn around.
Definitely if there's eggs. I don't want to go near a nest. I don't need that in my life right now.
I'm thinking of all those movies where the people explore the ruins and the depths of places, and they stick their faces near dangerous life forms. Anyway, I'm tripping balls. The lights are stretching.
And you come to that same. Actually, we didn't even talk about this. You walk forward for a while, what seems longer than natural. They come to a split off 4 different directions. Which way do you go? 1, 2, 3, 4.
God.
Do they all look different, or do they look the same?
Not the same currently. They just look like holes.
Tough choice then. Do we see any demons here at this crossroads?
Yeah, he's in the third hole. Well, hey guys.
The demon of the third hole. A hole demon.
The hole. You found me.
I'm the hole demon, yeah. Good God.
Which hole do you go down? Or would you?
Well, here's the thing. You've given us a decision, so...
You're gonna need to give us like
I'll
20
check back.
minutes.
I'll check back. We'll cycle back
In
if we
3
need to.
weeks, we'll be ready.
Correct.
I don't know any magic that can help me. I don't think. Oak's first impulse is to cast a spell.
My weird eyes don't see anything different in any of them.
And as soon as you try to like kind of look with that special sight again, it is still blinding and even more blinding than it was before.
Hey, if we split up, we'll cover 50% of the halls at a time.
I think that might be not one of the smartest things you've ever said. We are in a very weird spot. Splitting up sounds really bad.
Yeah. Well, let's just pick one then.
Okay, well, we should mark that we've been here so that we don't get lost.
Yeah, that's easy. I'll wave my hands and mark with it. I can shape the earth, like I can blast with wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Use magic.
Cool.
If you're using one of your elements, you can use kick some ass if you'd like.
Kick some butt.
It's weird either way. It's a 7.
It is a 7 plus your weird. That equals 7.
It's 7 total.
Okay. Yeah, it is going to be a glitch, and I'm going to talk about what happens here. So Lucy, I want you to keep your cool.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Act under pressure. That's this game. Same thing.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. You don't really get really much of a hard choice here. Actually, no, I'll take it this. Here's your hard choice. You have either the choice to accept whatever consequence that is about to happen that might be dangerous, or you can get split off from Oak. Those are your 2 choices.
Wow, I really hate it here. All right, so a consequence that might be dangerous, or I will get split from Oak.
Yes. Might is a strong word. Will be dangerous is probably more accurate.
I get split from Oak.
Okay. Yeah. So here's what happens. Here's the scene. Oak, what kind of symbol are you? You're just making a random symbol in the wall to mark it.
Yep.
Here's what happens. Oak, you raise your staff, now bathed in this multicolored light, to try to move the earth as you have done so many times. As you do, and the earth in this pretty tight tunnel begins to shift and does make some sort of indentation to denote where you are. What you don't expect is several gigantic icicles begin to sprout out from that mark.
Fuck.
One comes out right about to impale you as you go incorporeal and drop through the floor. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Goodbye. My next character will be Aunt Bopo. She'll be using the Monsters playbook.
Good.
Yeah.
She'll be the flake.
She'll be the flake, yeah.
Uncle
Wait a
Morton
minute,
is the flake.
Oak drops through the floor?
No, you dropped through the floor. You saw the spike coming to you.
Oh.
You went incorporeal and dropped.
I didn't think that's how this is going to go down. Oh, no.
You ended up in the ground one way or another.
Yeah.
Back in the ground.
I'm back there.
Yep.
There once, now I'm back.
And that's where we end tonight, with Lucy falling through the ground, Oak seeing an icicle where Lucy once stood, and actually several jutting out from this indentation.
That's not good.
Ice is not good. Ice is not good.
That's where we'll end this evening. Everyone got to say your name, where we can find you in your favorite moment. Let's start with Maria.
Hi, my name's Maria. You can find me on the internet at Happy Capster. Also on Twitch, Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, at the same name, where I stream stuff for funsies. You can also find me on Mythos Mystery Society this Friday, I believe. We are continuing the second part of our Cyberpunk 2020, soon to be Cyberpunk Red campaign prologue thing. My favorite moment of tonight. God, those tunnels are weird, and I really like weird tunnels. I like those weird tunnels a lot. God, I hope you're okay, Oak, but you probably aren't.
You're probably the most okay, Hektor, currently.
I stay at home.
You didn't go anywhere. You didn't ask any questions.
We all should have just stayed at home. Fuck.
I had enough stress the past 6 weeks. Mom, I'm fine here. I'm good. But that's me, Matthew. Or whoever. Go.
Yeah, I can go. Hi, folks. I am Matthew Foreman. You can find me at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter and on my own channel, Twitch TV/Matt Foreman. I will actually be streaming Dead by Daylight tomorrow, should be, as long as I have the energy for it, since we're not doing Tales from Gishari. And you can find me there Thursdays and Fridays as well, streaming Dead by Daylight, usually starting around 3 p.m. Central as a killer. So, fun. And sometimes I stream No Man's Sky. My favorite moment? Well, none of it. No.
Valid. It's always a valid choice.
I don't know. It was nice to be back as Oak, and that tunnel sequence is pretty baller. I also had a lot of fun with watching Darlene navigate the... I think, actually, yeah, my favorite moment was everyone's like, oh, we just had to walk in the door. I'm like, yeah, that's all there ever is. GMs can't prepare anything more than just you getting there, so just do it. Gold cultist moments, and the very obvious cultness was just great. I wasn't paying attention. Who's next? It'd be Emma. Emma, have you gone? Emma, go.
Sure. Hello, I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. You can find me at Mythos Mystery Society this Friday, where I play a very bubbly killer. My favorite moment from this evening. I really, that sweet summer child, Mitch. Is that his name? Is it Mitch? Yeah. I think Mitch was my favorite from tonight. Do you wanna come to the meeting? 5? You can come to the meeting at 5:00. You gonna come to the meeting? Great. What an icon. So, Alexis, take it away.
Hi, I'm Alexis. You can find me at Fox Fanato and here on Dice Priority, where I do things like graphic design for overlays and all the lovely stuff, and play Blood Witches. Let's see. Favorite moment, I think was the sequence of I think it was the sequence of, oh, we shouldn't split up, to immediately just Lucy falling through the flesh floor. Just very good. And also the juxtaposition of Oak saying, I don't want to let this thing fester. Darlene saying, yeah, I agree, we should deal with it because we don't want two things happening at once. And then this icicle in the terrible whatever the fuck tunnels. That's everything. Who I am, where I am, and what I liked. Okay, Ty.
I'm Ty. You can find me here. You can find me at Baller and Brawler on Twitter. You can also find me at Mythos Mystery Society, where I am also playing in our Cyberpunk 2020 and soon to be Cyberpunk Red game. I play Kells. He is a nomad. My favorite moment from this evening was everyone splitting up, because that's always a good time. A lot of different there are a lot of different leads and mysteries to solve currently. So having everyone like, okay, let's actually go and try to figure everything out separately was good, and always makes for a fun time. I enjoyed that, and the stories that came from everyone because of that. And the stories that will come next week because of that will be a lot of fun too, I'm sure. When we TPK. So until next week.
Alrighty. Okay, folks. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, if you enjoyed tonight's... What?
End of session.
Oh, end of session. Yes, correct.
You get
Sorry, find my mute button.
You get no XP.
You get
next.
Nothing.
Next.
You didn't find anything new, or you didn't save anyone from certain danger yet. You didn't solve the current arc. Did you find anything new about the world? Yes, you found out about a little more about demons via Micah. And then the last one is, did you find something new about the hunters? That's a good question. I don't think so. Probably not.
No. Oh.
That's one XP.
One either way. Cool. Okay, folks. So thank you so much for being here tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, make sure you are following. If you are already following, consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, consider gifting a subscription. And the bits go a long way to helping keep the lights on here. Your time is very, very valuable. And our time is also very valuable. And we need to make sure that we have the resources to keep the channel going. And we appreciate your support. We appreciate your time, energy, and all the support that we've gotten through the years. We're going to go ahead and raid Off the Table. They're doing a mass campaign, so more powered by the apocalypse goodness. I checked. They should still be on for another 30 minutes, it looks like. So go watch them. We'll catch you all here next week for more Hush Hallows. So bye.